Hey everyone, it's MyJob Jr. And ever since the dawn of the create a class point system, there has been an obvious decline in the use of secondary weapons as a means to optimize costs. But are they actually worth sacrificing? In this video, we will look into the stats concerning the various pistols and shotguns of Black Ops 4, and comparing them to one another to see which will best fit as a secondary weapon role, or perhaps even a primary. I should also mind you that this video will be quite the information dump, but I have tried my absolute best to be as concise as possible. However, before making any real comparisons between the secondary weapons, it is necessary to go over the basic stats of all the primaries. All the secondaries, fuck. It is necessary to go over the basic stats of all the secondaries. First up is the Strife. The Strife is a standard semi-auto 12-round pistol that most resembles a run-of-the-mill handgun, featuring a 4-shot kill at close range and eventually dropping off to a 6-shot kill at medium range. However, just firing at 450 RPM makes damage output fairly low compared to the other weapons in the game, which isn't too surprising considering the Strife's role as a secondary weapon. Although one of the best qualities of the Strife is its high mobility paired with an overall very low recoil, thus making it very effective while strafing and also while placing consistent damage on the board. Moving on to the Rk7 Garrison, which is the 3-round burst pistol of Black Ops 4, and it deals a low amount of damage compared to the others in its class, at 5 shots a kill up close and tapering off to a lofty 9 shots a kill at longer ranges. The Garrison puts out just over 700 rounds per minute with a rather standard 150 millisecond burst delay. But this can prove to be underwhelming when combined with the very low damage, often requiring 3 bursts to kill when factoring in misplaced shots. Paired with the standard mag of 15 rounds, often means that only one opponent can be taken down per mag. This makes extended mags extremely valuable here. But in the end, the Rk7 lacks basic stats to stand against opponents with full health or let alone armor. Next is the Mozzie, which is a 6-round revolver that sports the highest damage in class at a 3 shots to kill at medium range, but leveling out to a 6 shot to kill at longer ranges. With the Mozzie's incredibly high damage, it is expected that it yields a slower, but more than decent rate of fire at 370 rounds per minute. This means that at close range, it can compete extremely well with most primary weapons within close range, and can even be made more effective with the use of high caliber, and especially the Skull Splitter Operator mod, that allows for instant one-hit kills to the head. The last of the pistols is the Cap 45. The Cap 45 is the only fully auto secondary in the game, and in turn is the fastest firing sidearm at 790 rounds per minute, which is very similar to many of the other SMGs. The damage profile is decent, sporting a 6 shot to kill in close range, and quickly falling down to a 9 shot to kill. It should also be noted that the recoil is quite hefty but shouldn't pose an issue up close, although it will be more prominent in longer range engagements, especially when paired with its low damage. The 20-round mag capacity will suffice for taking down a single opponent, and it can be further improved to a lethal 30 rounds with hybrid mags. In all, the Cap 45 is a well-rounded sidearm that can be highly dependable in close range situations, but it is unfortunately outclassed by many of the other SMGs as expected from a pistol. With the pistols complete, next up is the MOG12 shotgun. The MOG12 is a traditional 4-shell pump-action shotgun that consistently delivers 2-hit kills in most situations, except at point blank where a 1-hit kill is possible. With the choked barrel attachment, this 1-hit kill range is generously extended out to a further range as seen on screen, which is very useful for a slow firing weapon. Speaking of fire rate, the MOG12 fires at a sluggish 60 rounds per minute, which is comparable to bolt action snipers, which makes it very punishing for missed shots. However, with good technique, accuracy, and the right build that plays to the MOG12's strengths, it can simply be uncontested at close range. Now lastly, there is the SG12 shotgun, a highly spammable semi-auto shotgun that can achieve a 2-hit kill at extremely close ranges, but fall out to a 6-shot to kill at the edge of its effective range. Although a 2-shot kill is possible, it is more likely that you'll find a 3 or 4-shot kill within typical gunfights. The rate of fire is decent for a semi-auto shotgun at 200 RPM, but matched with its damage profile, the SG12 will kill quite slowly. However, using mobility and its ability to ignore accuracy, the SG12 can be made very effective at punishing opponents for getting too close and should not be underestimated. Now, since all the basic stats have been covered for all the secondary weapons, clear conclusions can be reached regarding which secondary is most effective. To start, if the goal is to have a low cost but reliable secondary for your setup, look no further than the Cap-45 machine pistol. In its base form, the consistent, fully auto output makes it very easy to put down damaged opponents due to its fast weapon swap time, while also giving you a fighting chance in many other 1v1 situations. If you can spare to equip one attachment, Rapid Fire 1 is of great value to boost the Cap-45's damage output a little further, to make it more competitive with close range weapons. Thus, if you're running a primary that lacks up close, the Cap-45 proves to be a solid choice. And as a decent alternative to the Cap-45 is the Strife with extended mags that provides reliable performance out to medium range and is capable at tackling most opponents. On the other hand, if transforming a secondary into a viable primary is the goal, the easiest option is the SG12 with strobe lights, as it disorients and spams away your opposition with relative ease, although range limitations can present an issue if you're caught off guard. Instead, there are even better options to choose from, albeit with a steeper learning curve. The first option is the Mozzie, equipped with Skull Splitter and Speed Reloader, with an additional compact scope if you're comfortable with it, as this provides a weapon with great mobility, incredible close and mid-range damage, and instant kill headshots for longer ranges. However, the limited ammo reserves makes the Mozzie an accuracy demanding weapon that can be difficult to use without practice. But once mastered, it can be an unrivaled force at any range. The second option to choose from is the MOG12, fitted with choked barrel, fast mags, and Dragon's Breath. Combining both the choked barrel and Dragon's Breath is extremely effective, as the boosted damage due to the choked barrel often pushes opponents at mid-range to the brink of death, which lets the Dragon's Breath easily finish them off before they can heal. All while the fast mags will considerably speed up reloads, allowing you for more multi-kills. And that's the end to this fairly long video. As you could probably tell, it took a pretty long time to compile all of this info into a concise and summarized bit, but hopefully it was helpful, so it'll be all worth it. But as always, thanks for stopping by, and until the next video.